ended up kissing. And how I knew was because she told me. Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Jen.
Baby, give me a reason. Tell me just how you're feeling. I could see you're tripping off the way I'm living in trust, looking for love.
As you guys can see, I look a little different, and it's because I tried my makeup for the first time. And let me know what you guys think. I know I need a lot of practice. I wanted to come on here to just show you guys something new that I did and something that I'm trying to do, get out my comfort zone a little bit and actually focus on doing more girly things, because your girl has let herself go a lot, and we're gonna turn that around in the new year, as the new year is almost coming. So your girl did her makeup, and we're gonna stick with it for today's story time. Today's story time is going to be about why me and my best friend are not best friends anymore, and how I almost fought her while pregnant. If you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you guys want to see next. Y'all need to start communicating more. You guys showed a lot of love in the last video. Since you guys showed so much love, I decided to do another story time for you guys for this week. So you guys gotta keep staying active, because I will stay active too. So let's try to get 10 likes and let's jump right into the story time. So we're gonna start off leading to the point of why she's now my best friend and how I almost fought her while pregnant. Mind you, I fought her, almost tried to fight her while pregnant years down the line. So we're gonna name this specific person Snowflake. Yeah, we're gonna name her Snowflake. So Snowflake and I met in middle school. And if you see this girl, sorry, I had, you know, we gotta tell the story times. Don't get butthurt about it. Because yes, me and her, I'm not best friends anymore, but you know, we still talk here and then, and we're gonna get to the reason why we still talk here and then. But in all honesty, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, and I'm gonna give you guys the real insights on what happened. So me and Snowflake, we met in middle school, and she is older than me, and I met her through another friend, and you know, we just became friends. We used to always go to the school together. We took the bus together. We did everything together. We used to always, back in the day, we used to use Uvu to talk. We used to use our house phones to talk every day. This specific person, which is so funny, because my dad, he did not like us being friends because of our race. Because she was not my skin complexion, she was lighter, so that's why I gave her the nickname Snowflake, because it just was like the first thing that came to mind that reminded me of her. So my dad did not let us be like, he didn't like her around really because of her complexion, which is so crazy, because you could say like he was racist, but like the opposite. That makes sense, like, you know, because my dad, he's black. My dad is black, and then obviously she's Caucasian, so that was the reason for it. And you know, he never liked us hanging around and everything. I never paid no mind to it. Like, I always told him, like, you know, you're crazy. Just because you dealt with situations in the past, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna deal with the same issues as I thought. So we, you know, we were friends for a while, and we used to always talk. And as time went on, years go by. Now we are in almost the end of the school year. You can say I'm in 8th grade now. So I met her in 6th grade. Now we're in 8th grade. And same old friends here and there. I would go to her house here and there. She would come to my house sometimes, even though my dad didn't like it, but she would still come because my mom, she didn't care. She still let her come. There was this one kid that we went to school with, and there's a whole separate story time on him. I don't know if I should, I'm gonna say a little bit here, but if you guys want to have the full story, comment down below and I will give you guys that full story. But If you guys don't comment, I am not gonna give it to y'all. Just saying. So y'all better comment and like the video. But this kid, he ended up coming to the school later on in the year, so he was a new kid. We used to ride the bus together, so the bus would pick Snowflake up first. Since me and the kid lived on the same street, they would pick the kid up first, which we're gonna name him Jordan. So they would pick the school bus would pick up Jordan, and then would pick up me and my sister and everyone else that was at the end, because we were like the last people to get picked up for school. So after a couple weeks go by, I, you know, start getting interest into this person. I started liking Jordan and everything like that, and we ended up having class together. I know I had a phone. Yes, I had a phone at this time. I just got my first phone. My first one was a little Samsung Galaxy, you know, and I bought it with my own money from my birthday. Me and him started talking a couple months later after getting, you know, after going on the bus all the time and having classes together. So me and him started texting on Kik. If you guys don't know what Kik is, it's an app that we used to use back in the day. I don't even know if that app is even existent anymore. I should look it up to see if it is, but we used to use Kik to text. And I think Facebook, I don't remember exactly. I think it was too, Facebook, like Messenger and everything. Yeah, we would text here and there, and you know, we ended up dating a little bit for a little while. It didn't last long because, you know, kids relationships, middle school, you know, that's the most, sometimes that stuff doesn't last long. So we are dating for a little bit, but the thing was that he used to hang out with boys that used to bully me and my sister and my other friends at that time. So it was kind of very hard. Like the friends that he had would bully me and my sister, and he kind of would like stay quiet and act like, because we didn't tell anybody that we were really dating, it was kind of like in between us. So like he would stay quiet, and like that really would bother me and stuff, because it's like I used to get bullied for wearing shoes that weren't name brand, for wearing certain type of clothing. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I didn't have any style. Like I didn't know how to really match things together. My mom didn't really care about none of that stuff. My dad even less. So growing up in like a Hispanic household, and you know, having a dad that was very present, you know, sometimes some kids don't know really, or the go-tos. You know, I was a kid, I didn't know the go-tos of what clothes to wear, what to match. I didn't really care about high designer shoes at that time. Like I didn't wear no Jordans or anything like that really. I remember this day, me and my sister, we bought these Under Armour shoes, and we wore it to school, rocking it out, and like we swore we were all that because we were wearing Under Armour shoes, and they were just regular basketball shoes. I think, yeah, basketball or football, anyways. But yeah, so back to that. We're there, and the kids kept on bullying us and stuff like that, and my boyfriend at the time, little boyfriend or whatever he was, he never defended me or anything like that. So you know, I was feeling some type of way, and we got into like a little argument at school because of it. But you know, after that, like after a couple of days, we were good. But we got Snowflake, who was there around, and she was getting a little cool with him, you know, because she wasn't really cool with him before, but after a little while, like I noticed that she was getting cool with the kid after like me and him were like getting toward the argument and stuff. But we got good. And then there was this moment in time where, you know, kids and stuff, he's a boy, you know, we're teenagers, hormones and all this extra stuff. He actually asked me for nudes one day. You know, he was my man and everything at the time. I wanted to like please him, but I didn't want to show him my real self. So what I did was I grabbed some pictures off of online somewhere. I don't even remember where. I think it was on Google. Like I think if you look up nudes and stuff, you can find it on Google. So I found some and I sent it to him. We were cool. We were texting. that night, you know, because this happened when he asked me for them. I was at home already, he was at home, and we were texting, you know, flirting and all this, and then that's when he asked for it, and then I sent him the pictures. The next day rolls around, and he, I guess, ended up showing, you know, him being young and stupid, he ended up showing his friends the pictures. That was a moment of my life that was very heroic and very embarrassing, very, even though it wasn't me, but you know, obviously it's kids in the school, you telling them it's me and stuff like that, and at that time and age, like, you know, they're gonna believe it. So like I was very embarrassed. Like it was the worst school year of my life, like, and you know, it was bad. It got very bad. And if you guys want to hear that, what happened after that, make sure you guys comment and stay active and share the video, because the story gets juicy and very, I could say it's one of my traumatizing moments in my life. But you know, if you guys want to hear it, I will give you guys the story. But after all that happened, obviously I broke up with him and I stopped talking to him and everything. After months go by, doing my regular thing, going to school and everything, here's where Snowflake comes back into the picture. So Snowflake, after me and Jordan broke up, she ended up getting close to Jordan. And so I was like, this girl is very weird. Like, in my head, you know what happened to me, especially you being my best friend, and you end up getting close to my ex. You can see this person and texting this person while we're supposedly best friends. Time goes by and she's still texting him, they're still talking, they're still saying hi to each other. Now at this point, he's getting on the bus at her bus stop and all this extra stuff. And like, you know, maybe she didn't think of anything of it because, like, you know, you're young and you're dumb or whatever, and we're in middle school. But obviously, like, that made me feel some type of way. Like, that made me feel very awful, because it's like, you're my best friend, why are you talking to someone that, one, did something traumatic in my life, and two, is my ex. One day I go to pick up my brother from school because the bus that we take dropped us off after school to my brother's school. So then from there, what would happen, go to my brother's school, and then my dad or my mom would pick us up from my brother's school. There one day, and I'm there, I believe, with my sister and a couple other friends and my supposedly best friend, Snowflake. And Jordan, I guess, called Snowflake to talk or whatever. And I remember I went to Walgreens actually to buy snacks, because this Walgreens was right near my brother's school. He asks her to go over to him. He was behind the Walgreens near a building complex, and I guess he asked her to go over there to talk. And their talk ended up being something way different. She ended up kissing him, or he ended up kissing her, or whatever there was. They ended up kissing. And how I knew was because she told me. She dead ass just came up to me and told me, oh, Jordan kissed me, or we kissed. I don't remember exactly, but that, when I heard those words, that broke my heart inside, because I'm like, how are you my best friend and you end up kissing the person who, one, did something traumatic in my life, and two, was my ex? How do you call that a best friend? You don't call people that do things like that and betray you a best friend. I don't care if he tried to kiss you or if he did kiss you or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there, so who knows? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they did more. I don't know if they made out. I don't know nothing. She just said they kissed. And it's like, why would you even let it get to that point? Like, now I'm thinking, what were you guys texting about? Like, were you guys dating secretly? Like, I don't know, you know, and I still don't know to this day. But that was one incident. After that, I cut her off for a little bit. And I don't hold grudges, unfortunately, for a long time. So after a while, we ended up being friends again. And now this is high school time. This is high school era. There was this kid that I used to talk to. We're gonna call him Banks. So I was a freshman in high school, I believe, or actually no, when this situation happened I was in 7th grade, and then a year later I'm in 8th grade. Okay, so I'm in 8th grade and Snowflake is in 9th grade because she was a year older than me. I end up talking to this kid named Banks. It's through Facebook. I met him through Facebook. It was normal, and you know, we're texting, we're talking, but mind you, I'm in 8th grade. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. My parents never let me go anywhere. I couldn't even go. It was rare for me to even go to my ex-best friend's house, to Snowflake's house. So when me and this kid would talk, we would be talking and we'd be on the phone for hours. We would be on FaceTime or like the Messenger FaceTime, and we met up a couple times. He met me once, I believe, at the library, and he met me also at my brother's school one time when I went to go pick him up. We never obviously did anything. I was 13 at the time, and we were you could say in a relationship, but it wasn't like a, you know, like a real relationship, you know, little kid relationship. And after a while we ended up breaking up or stopped talking because, you know, I couldn't really be with him because of my age, and my parents didn't let me go anywhere and everything. So that's how like that really ended. But months go by later, and Miss Snowflake decides to start talking to my ex Banks. And you would think that after the first interaction with a person I talked to, you would not do that again. But clearly, you know, she thought it was okay. I don't know what it is. But she ends up talking to Banks, and they end up talking, and they end up getting together. And I believe I told her I didn't care because me and him didn't really get into it. Like, we didn't have like a big long relationship. But in all reality, obviously I'm gonna care. Like, you're talking to someone who I dated or had like a relationship with. Like, you know, I was talking to this person. So it's like, you as my best friend, why would you do something like that? I would expect for you to have that respect for me as though I would to you, to not talk to someone who I had an encounter with or talked to before, feelings for before. So that was that. I, at that time, didn't really put I didn't really care too much because now like I realized who this person was, and so I was like, I'm not going to really put too much mind in it. But when we got into another argument, I ended up exploding and telling her, like, how are you my real best friend if you're over here getting with people who I used to talk to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposedly my best friend and you're doing stuff like that. So fast forward, years goes by, and we're still like best friends somewhat. But like, obviously I don't have the trust in her like I used to when we first were best friends. So it was more like a distance best friend. And this was around the time that she got pregnant. And long story short, we had a Halloween slumber party at my friend's house. Me and my sister and 3 other girls, we ended up having a slumber like Halloween party. And me and my sister were dancing in one video, and obviously, like, you know, like grown-up dancing, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, shaking that ass a little bit or whatever, you know, doing that thing. And our friend posted it online. It was on Snapchat, and at the time my sister was with her ex, and he was very like strict and all this extra stuff, and like, you know, he didn't like that stuff, that makes, like, you know, he did too much. But we didn't know my friend was recording us. You know, it's us girls, like, obviously we can dance, like, it's all girls, we're just shaking a little booty, having some fun. Moments later, my sister gets a call and a text from her ex or man at the time, I don't remember. They were dealing with something, and he comes at her and starts cussing her out, saying like, why are you shaking your ass on the internet, blah blah blah, you're a hoe, you're this, you're that, blah blah. And I guess because Snowflake has my friend on Snapchat, she ends up reporting it to my sister's man, which well, my sister's man at the time, which was very weird to me because it's like, you're supposedly my friend, why are you reporting stuff to my sister's man? And that's another thing too. Supposedly she was trying to get with my sister's man, or so they were talking or whatever it was too. So like that's another, like, it's crazy. But yeah, so I ended up hitting her up, like telling her like, yo, what's up, like why you over here reporting to this person, like you're supposed to be my friend and my sister's friend, why you reporting stuff to him, da 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 da. So we're getting to it back and forth, blah blah blah. She's telling me stuff. I think she called me fat and everything because I was bigger at the time. And I was like, oh really, like, oh word, like where you at, like I'll beat your ass, I don't give a fuck if you're pregnant, da 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 da. Like I went off. And mind you, like I was tipsy, like I was off it, so I was ready, like I didn't care, like I was ready to beat her ass. Because at the same time, it's like, you know what, at that time I didn't even have, we weren't even friends because I cut her off for all the shit that she did in the past. So that was the reason I was telling her like, oh, how can I be friends with you and you're over here doing this and that? Like I can't even trust you, so I'm not even friends with you. So yeah, at that time we weren't even friends. So she was just trying to be petty and trying to say stuff to him so we can, you know, my sister can get into it with him. So I was like, I'm gonna beat your ass, da 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 da, where you at, blah blah blah. But you know, she wasn't about it. She was not about it. She was not trying to fight. Like I was ready to fight and beat her ass, even though she was pregnant. Yes, it was wrong to say because I know she was pregnant and everything. But even though I wouldn't have fucked her up, but I was gonna smack her because it's like, and to this day, I'm so surprised I have never smacked her or anything. Like that's how big my patience is, because it's like, how have I not smacked you yet? Only God knows. But yeah, like she did a lot of crazy stuff to me, and I don't see why she doesn't see it's wrong. I don't know, but that's the story of why I'm not best friends with her anymore. And the only reason why I talk to her nowadays is because when she was pregnant, I obviously cut her off in that moment, and I believe she gave birth or something like that. And my mom, she hit me up one day and was like, oh, text her, like, you know, she's pregnant, she's having a kid, blah blah blah, like you should, you know, see how she's doing and stuff. So that's pretty much like how the conversation started with her. Now we're like, you could say that I'm cool with her, I guess. Like I don't talk to her every day, but if she does call me, like I do pick up and we talk here and there, but it's not like the relationship we had when we were younger, and I don't think it will ever be, because it's like once you lose my trust, it's really hard for me to get it back from you. And it's like I may forgive you, but I will never forget. And sometimes you could just have people in your life in a distance. You don't have to have them in your everyday lives. And that's that. I hope you guys enjoy the juiciness of why I'm not best friends with my ex-best friends anymore, and why I almost beat her ass while pregnant. But if you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, don't forget to comment down below again what you guys want to see next. Don't forget to share this video with everyone, your sister, your brother, your cat, your dog, your grandma, your uncle, everybody. Share it, share it, share it. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys again on my next video. Bye.
But we gon' learn how to love. We gon' learn how to love. Thinking of the time I had you.